Hi, welcome. We're going to start a new feature on the channel today, and these are some of my favorite places to go shop. Most of these will be record stores. Some of them will be music stores proper, places to get gear and that sort of thing. And every once in a while, some other things like comic book shops, which are a big favorite of mine. May or may not be interesting to you, but nonetheless, my show. So, these are Gregg's picks. And today, first up is Dave at Niagara Records. A great place to go. Lots of variety, good prices, and a friendly guy to talk to most of the time. Here's Dave.
Steve was a big influence on me. He was still playing records when records were being thrown out in the garbage in the late 80s, early 90s. And one night we're sitting listening, and he has an old pair of JBLs and some real good Dynaco monoblocks, and he had a counterpoint preamp and clip speakers, I think a pair of Chorus 2s, and he put on one of my favorite albums now of all time, Nightingales and Bombers by Manfred Mann. And I'm sitting there just listening to this and just going, oh my goodness, I have to do this. This isn't just for him. So then next thing you know, we're hitting every garage sale and place where there's a box of records underneath the table, and you could buy a great record collection from somebody for $100. I remember once I bought a 400 LP collection for $100, and it was nothing but old copies of Hendrix and the Grateful Dead and Quicksilver Messenger Service and the Rolling Stones, all their first albums. Once I heard how good the vinyl sounded, I knew that it was for me. I had about 6,000 records. I always had it in the back of my mind, if I can't, if I ever got to a physical point where I couldn't do anything else, I'd give this a try. And then a friend of mine, he owns a place in Niagara Falls, and I would talk to him, and he encouraged me and just do it, and finally I just did it. Next month, 3 years. godsend. Even without COVID, eBay was a good 35-40% of my business. And yeah, it took a hit because there was no foot traffic in here, but the summers aren't that good anyways. People are out doing their thing with their Camaros and boats and motorcycles. So here I am. But since COVID, they reopened, it's been okay. There's been some interest because people aren't doing those other things. They can't get out as much, or I think people are a little more housebound. So it's been better than it should be for summer. I've learned summers are you can get some long hot summers trying to sell vinyl to people while they're traveling about the country and going to their cabins and, you know, fishing trips and whatever else people do in the summertime, you know. Yeah, one thing that sells real good is metal, certain metal stuff. Bands like Queensryche, Ronnie James Dio, Iron Maiden, and others Metallica, original Metallica stuff is worth a lot of money. Here's an offering from Iron Maiden. I believe the name of the album's called Power Slave. You know, it's a $40 piece, and sooner or later someone will give me that money for this record because that's where the market's at for it right now.
And did you not find, maybe it was half a year ago, I know it was a while back, but you got a really interesting piece and you weren't expecting, right? Was it an Iron Maiden bootleg from Japan or something?
Yeah, there was only like 600 made. While I was buying the collection once in a while, you know, a lot of times I'm the one that usually gets, it seems like, you know, takes a beating. It's like, oh, these records are all scratched up, or this is missing or that's missing. But I found one that was unidentifiable. I'm like, I don't know what this is, you know, it just get thrown into the collection. And it turned out that it was a very rare record that turned out to fetch me a good little chunk of money. I had no idea what it was until I played it, because it didn't say what it was. It blank. A lot of bootlegs have a blank label, so that was real interesting. A little something that is close to your heart. A blues record.
Indeed, sir.
Albert King.
One of the three famous kings.
Yes, maybe the best.
Mm-hmm.
Some say.
A little controversial, but okay.
Yeah. That's all in the eye of the beholder. Mr. Magic Sam, Black Magic Sam Blues Band.
Can't go wrong.
I'm very interested in playing this. As a matter of fact, when this incredibly epic Sunday morning show interview is done, we're gonna throw this on.
All right, beautiful.
That's gonna happen.
And you have an original, well, that was a Delmark pressing, it looks like an original. And
right.
Then you also have there a really early Alligator, right?
Yeah.
1974, I believe.
Yeah, anyone, see now, if you heard that was a sale from eBay. So I'm a rich man now.
Okay, and Rush plays every time. Was that Red Barchetta or something?
Yeah, that's my
right.
My notification thing. It's the beginning of Spirit of Radio by Rush.
Ah, that's it. Okay.
But Fenton Robinson, someone else that you know that I don't, because you are the blues master and I am just a pawn in the
kind of like a blues journeyman, but I'll take it.
Yeah, compared to me, you're a blues master. I have a lot to learn about a lot of things. My customers teach me something new every single day that I'm in here. Always something new. But yeah, Alligator. If anyone that knows anything about blues, Alligator's like they're a label that came out probably in the 60s, 70s, and they did stuff all the way up through the 80s and into the early 90s. More metal. You know, stuff like Judas Priest.
Right. Iron Priest, Judas Maiden, that sort of thing?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's hard to get it all straight, but anything metal seems to be in high demand. bands like Great White and Slipknot. I've never even seen some of these records to even begin to sell them, but once in a while you get lucky, and it's like finding good Beatles records in a superior shape. You just never know when something's going to walk in the door. eBay is my vinyl store is called Niagara Vinyl, and you could look that up on eBay easily enough. And you could Google my shop and get my phone number, call me, and easily enough to give me a buzz. I can give you all the information that you would need. NiagaraRecords.net is my site, and that gives you some more information on how to get a hold of me. And it links me up to an email, davidrogerishman@yahoo.com. The Roger is spelled with no D, and easily enough, DavidRogerishman @yahoo.com. And you could get a hold of me that way and ask any questions you would like.
Thank you.